Okay, so if you're a Mitsubishi owner, you know that little jolt you get when a random light pops up on the dash. Well, today, we're going to play detective and crack the case on one of the most common warnings you might run into.
So that light comes on and bam, your mind just starts racing, right? Is it a big deal? Is this going to cost me a fortune? Your car is definitely trying to tell you something, but it's speaking in code. The good news, we're about to become fluent translators.
And here we have it. Let's put a name to our culprit. The code we're digging into today is B1558. This little string of letters and numbers. Well, that's the key that unlocks this whole mystery.
So, what in the world is your car trying to say with this code? Let's kick off our investigation by decoding what B1558 actually means in plain, simple English.
This code points directly to something called the Occupant Classification ECU. Now that sounds super technical, I know, but just think of it as the smart brain for your passenger seat. Seriously, its entire job is to figure out who or what is sitting over there, whether it's an adult, a child, or even just your heavy backpack.
And here's the bottom line. When you see code B1558, your car is basically putting up a big red flag. It's telling you that this smart seat system has a problem. And because this whole system is tied directly to when and how the passenger airbag deploys, yeah, it's a safety feature you absolutely want working perfectly.
All right, so we know what system is acting up, but the big question is why? In any good investigation, you have to line up the usual suspects. So let's do that. Let's look at the four most common culprits behind this error code.
First up on our checklist, a faulty ID code. You can just think of this as a miscommunication between different parts. Second, the ECU itself. That little brain, it could just be on the fritz. Third, it might be something as simple as a bad connection. A loose wire or a bit of corrosion. And finally, a modern classic. A software glitch that just needs a reset or a quick update.
So we've got our lineup of suspects. Now for the really important part. How do we figure out which one is the real problem? And of course, how do we fix it? Well, it's time to open up the old diagnostic toolkit.
I mean, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? You don't want to waste time and money just chasing down guesses. So how do you accurately match the problem you have with the perfect fix? And here it is. This is basically our cheat sheet. For every potential cause, every suspect on the left, Mitsubishi has given us a specific service bulletin on the right. It's a roadmap. So if the problem is an ID code malfunction, boom, you look up TN1552B001. If it's the ECU, there's a different guide. It's like having a dedicated instruction manual for each specific problem.
And this is so important to get. These aren't just random numbers. They're official Technical Service Bulletins, or TSBs, straight from Mitsubishi. You can literally think of them as memos from the engineers who built your car, giving you the step-by-step playbook to diagnose and fix the exact problem you're having. This is how you skip the guesswork and get right to the manufacturer-approved solution.
Okay, so let's recap. We've identified the problem, we've lined up our suspects, and now we have the official case files to find the solution. Let's talk about closing this case and figuring out your next move.
This quote from our source material really just hits the nail on the head. The power here isn't just knowing an error code popped up. It's understanding what's causing it. That understanding is the bridge that takes you from having a mysterious warning light to having a real, lasting fix.
So there you have it. The mystery of code B1558 is officially solved. You're no longer in the dark, because now you have the knowledge and the official roadmap to the solution. So the only question left is, with this information in hand, what's your next step?